Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here and for your service. For the two VA witnesses, just right up front, North Dakota's like a lot of rural states. We have a lot of nursing facilities throughout the state, some with a lot of beds available, high quality, and they want to serve more veterans. They truly want to serve more veterans, but it's a clumsy relationship. The contracting's complicated. Getting paid is complicated. I mean, can we simplify this for our veterans so that our nursing homes can do what they want to do, and that's serve them? Was that too simple a question? I'm just teeing it up for you. But it's a real concern. I mean, it's a real issue that we hear a lot about back home.
Thanks, Senator Cramer. And I truly do agree that we want to maximize the efficiencies of our ability to engage not only our community nursing homes, but as the long-term care settings that are within the VA itself. And so knowing the challenges that we have had with staffing, both in the private sector as well as in the VA, one of our goals is to really make sure that we can maximize any of the efficiencies when it comes to contracting and placement, knowing that we need to maintain the expectations of what we're allowed to do through our authorities. Dr. Hartruff, I'll ask you to.
Yeah, and especially now that there's flexibility among the different, whether they want to do the typical local contract versus the Veterans Choice Agreement or Veteran Care Agreement versus the community care network. So each has a particular new fit potentially better for one facility than the other. But I think part of it is letting facilities that feel that the typical contract process is too tedious, by all means, we should be talking with them about the Veterans Care Agreements and other avenues that might be better for them and their particular needs.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's well said. But when you already throw out all the options, at least you mentioned flexibility. Flexibility is important. Now you can look at the various programs that can fit, and then look at the localized situation and do the right thing. I just worry, and I just see it in every bureaucracy, but it's particularly difficult to watch in the VA bureaucracy where a veteran's not getting served that wants to be served and has people who want to serve that veteran, and just some bureaucratic nonsense is getting in the way. And I'm not blaming you for it. I'm just saying, gosh, let's simplify complicated things, not complicated, simple things. And I know you're committed to that, but and we want to continue to work with you on it. Mr. Bloom, I want to talk a little bit specifically about the staffing challenges, right? I mean, I hear it everywhere. It's not new. It's not new to this industry. It's every industry, but it's particularly problematic, obviously, in healthcare. Yep. And I've worried a lot about the use of contract nurses, and yet when you need workers, you need workers, right? All of that stuff. And I'm a little concerned about the talk of staffing ratio mandates and that impact that would have on an already very stressed situation. So how does that policy help, I guess, is the bottom line, and could we please change it or drop it or admit we were wrong or something?
Thank you, Senator, for the question. We are still in the process of thinking through what is the best policy for how to think about staffing requirements going forward. One of the things that we see clearly in our data is that those facilities that have more consistent staff, more stable staff, they have higher quality outcomes. I was traveling throughout the country this year and just saw firsthand when facilities can retain staff, can attract staff, they have high quality outcomes and they have better satisfaction from their residents. What we want to see is a clear signal to the industry for how they build programs, how they build connections. We're seeing a lot of nursing homes build strong ties to their local high schools, their community colleges, their colleges, to train the next generation of healthcare workers, nursing home workers. So to our view is with a clear signal that is carefully put together will build the workforce that we need over time to best serve Medicare, Medicaid, and all residents for our country.
Well, I don't think you have to do much of a survey to conclude what your data demonstrated. The question is, how do we get there? I love all the your suggestions, working with local schools, introducing young people to the joys of long-term care work, but I'm not sure mandating ratios is going to get us there. But with that, I appreciate all your attention. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.